Yo, hey, this shit easy, nigga. Hey, all I'm talking about, nigga, I'm still out here trying to get it.
Contender Regime Boxing checking back in with y'all, man. What's good? Man, we're a couple of days removed from the classic heavyweight showdown. One of the all-time greatest fights that I ever seen in boxing in any division, but especially the heavyweight division. It's extra special because this division is so historic, and it hasn't really seen its best times and its best moments in the last 10 or 15 years or so. You know, this division, man, is all time it's the most popular division. It's the granddaddy of them all. You know what I'm saying? It's the heavyweight division, the biggest and the baddest of motherfuckers in the sport of boxing. And people love this division because of because of knockouts. You know, it's so much drama, and like I said, it's the most dangerous guys in the sport of boxing. So it's always fun to see these guys, battle and really, give it everything they got in the ring, man, and may the best man win. And like I said, the division hasn't really been what it used to be in the past, man. When you had the Mike Tyson's, and then going even further back, Muhammad Ali and Joe Frazier, and just all the all-time greats. You know what I mean? For a period of time, the Klitschko brothers took over the heavyweight division, and that's when it kind of became, you know what I'm saying? It just kind of became a little stale. You know what I'm saying? And but Deontay Wilder, guys like Deontay Wilder, and to be honest with you, Wilder himself kind of spearheaded the rejuvenation of the heavyweight division, bringing exciting knockouts back, bringing the drama back, you know what I'm saying? And then his rivalry with Anthony Joshua, that just kind of got the fans more interested. And it's sad that we never got that fight, but it can still happen. Just because these guys lost don't mean we still can't get a fantastic, fight, or two fights, or maybe three fights out of Wilder and Joshua. But then Wilder brought Tyson Fury back from, his dark abyss of, drug usage and mental health issues and physical health issues, all type of shit that he had going on. Deontay Wilder pulled him up out of that and said, look, why don't we do something for the fans? And, since I can't make the fight with Joshua, why don't we get it going? You dig what I'm saying? And, shout out to Tyson Fury as well for being a willing dancing partner with Deontay Wilder, and their rivalry just rejuvenated the heavyweight division, man, and brought it back to prominence. And, this fight that they just had, the Trilogy, bro, with the best fight of the series, man, it was fantastic. It was knock him out, you know what I'm saying? Drag him out, let your heart show, you know what I mean? Kill or be killed. I mean, it was everything that you wanted to see in a heavyweight match. You know what I'm saying? The drama of the whole series outside the ring, everything just came together, man, and it was a perfect ending to that trilogy. It was a perfect ending to that rivalry, and those two guys will forever be synonymous. Wilder and Fury. You're not going to be able to talk about Fury when both of these guys' careers is over. You're not going to be able to talk about Fury and not mention Wilder. You're not going to be able to talk about Wilder and not mention Fury. That's how great that rivalry is. You dig what I'm saying? But the reason I bring all this up is, Wilder, he the only person that he lost to was Tyson Fury. Record 42-2-1 or 41-2-1. 41-2-1, one of those. You know what I'm saying? But he right now still has the greatest knockout ratio of all time. Still one of the hardest, probably the hardest hitter, pound for pound, one punch power in boxing history. And he gave you everything that you said you wanted, as far as entertainment, action, everything that boxing fans claim that they wanted. Deontay Wilder gave it to him. Now think about it like this. You know, I just want to say that Deontay Wilder, he has nothing to be ashamed of, nothing to hang his head down about, because his career is great. All of those guys that I named, you know, the Lennox Lewis, Mike Tyson, Muhammad Ali, Joe Frazier, they all lost fights. All of them lost. You know what I'm saying? All of these guys, all of these great heavyweight champions, they all lost fights. You know what I'm saying? You know, that's the beauty of it, bruh. That's the beauty of the heavyweight division, man. One punch can change anything. You know what I'm saying? One punch can end the whole fight. No matter who's up on the cards, one punch can change everything. You seen that in the first fight with Wilder and Fury. You know, the fight was very, very close. Fury did the better boxing for the most of the fight, but, you know, Wilder damn near cleaned his clock in the 12th round when everybody thought, you know what I'm saying, Tyson Fury might have boxed to a unanimous decision or a split decision. You know what I'm saying? So the point I'm making is that, you know, any disrespect or discrediting towards Wilder is absolutely uncalled for. You can't really, like, sensibly take away from Deontay Wilder's greatness and everything that he's accomplished in boxing, man. I mean, he's done some great things, 10 consecutive title defenses. I mean, this man brought the drama. He brought the personality. He brought the action, the knockouts. He brought everything back to boxing and to the heavyweight division that you guys claim that you wanted. Now, going back to, you know, me talking about, well, he lost fights and people trying to make it seem like Wilder is just like he was never good because he lost to the best heavyweight in boxing. I think Tyson Fury will probably beat every heavyweight in boxing right now. That's how good he is. I mean, he's 6'9", almost 300 pounds, and the man got skills. It's going to be tough for anybody to beat him, man. For people, and keep in mind, Wilder's knocked this guy down in 3 fights. Wilder's knocked this guy down 4 times. You know what I'm saying? Damn near knocked him out 2 times. You feel me? He got a lone count twice in the first fight and in the third fight. So, you know, for people to try to discredit Wilder just because he lost to Fury, I mean, it's absolutely ridiculous. And keep in mind, Floyd Mayweather was undefeated. Floyd Mayweather is the only fighter that retired undefeated on the prolific elite level. You know what I'm saying? There's guys that has been undefeated, but they didn't fight the competition that Floyd Mayweather fought time after time after time. You know what I'm saying? Floyd Mayweather's career is a perfect example of quality over quantity. 50-0, but all, like, you look at the quality of his resume and it's second to none, really. He fought and beat the most champions ever, and he dominated he was more dominant. And his skill in the ring was the disparity of skill in the ring from him and everybody else was so obvious and apparent. It's like at that point, people was just hoping to see him lose, knowing that this guy's just shoulders and head above everybody else that he's in the ring with. That's just how good Floyd Mayweather was, and people didn't like that. People found that boring. That's how skilled Floyd Mayweather was. And people did not like that. They hated him. You know what I'm saying? They wanted to see him lose. They wanted to see him get knocked out. He was that good. And he retired undefeated with the most skilled fighter that I've ever laid eyes on. Floyd Mayweather Jr. is the most skilled fighter, skilled boxer from a pure, fundamental, technical, skillful, intelligence, ring IQ. All of the things that you need to be a great fighter and a great boxer, Floyd Mayweather has every single one of those tools. He showed you 2 halves of his career where he was fighting one style, still dominant and still very skillful, but more offensively and more aggressive. And then on the other half, he showed you I can be a defensive maestro. I can be a master on defense and tame the baddest and hardest and most gifted offensive fighter, the baddest and hardest hitting, most gifted offensive fighters that you can think of. I can tame them and take their best weapons away. You know what I'm saying? You seen what he did versus your favorite fighters, which is why a lot of y'all guys hated Floyd Mayweather, because he embarrassed your favorite fighters. The reason I bring Floyd Mayweather up is because the same reason why y'all hate Deontay Wilder, because you say he's not skilled, he's not, you say, oh, he's just a one-trick pony, all he got is power. But when Floyd Mayweather gave you everything that you saying that Deontay Wilder lacks, you hated him. But then Deontay Wilder giving you everything that you said Floyd Mayweather lacked, and you still hate him. You know what I'm saying? So there is no winning with this. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, Deontay Wilder, man, he did a phenomenal thing. He brought the heavyweight division back, and he gave you everything that you wanted. You gotta respect that. You gotta respect that. If you don't like him as a person, you don't like what he stand for, you know what I'm saying? Because he's unapologetically black. He support his people. You know what I mean? He come from struggles that you probably could never relate to. You dig what I'm saying? So if you don't like that, that's cool. You know what I mean? That's a whole nother topic. But you gotta respect the shit that he did in the sport of boxing, bro. Because all the shit that you claim that you wanted, Deontay Wilder gave it to you. He gave it to you. Everything that you asked for, Deontay Wilder gave it to you. When Floyd Mayweather was out here outclassing motherfuckers, making Canelo Alvarez look like a fucking amateur after he had 50 fights and Canelo was dominating world-class opponents. Floyd, at 23 years old, Floyd Mayweather came in at 37 and made him look like an amateur. Like, pipe down, young buck. This what skills really look like. Let me show you what this shit really look like on this level. Y'all hated him. When Manny Pacquiao was supposed to be, oh my God, Manny Pacquiao, oh my God, he's gonna be, and Manny Pacquiao got knocked out, what, 6 times? Or what, 4 times? He done been beat 8 times, something like that. Y'all still love him, you know what I'm saying? But motherfuckers like, oh my God, Manny Pacquiao, oh, he's gonna beat Floyd, he's the one to beat Floyd, oh my God, I can't imagine Floyd going 12 rounds with the Pac-Man. Man, Floyd going there and he tame him. He take his best weapons away. He made him look average. You know what I'm saying? He did that shit time after time after time, and you hated him. That's the skills. But Deontay Wilder, a guy that you say don't have no skills, he came in and gave you knockouts. You said Floyd Mayweather was boring, no knockouts. Even though he gave you hella knockouts as Pretty Boy. But you said that, and he has a 50% knockout ratio, which is awesome. But then you said Deontay Wilder don't have no skills, and you hate him, but he gave you knockouts. I mean, damn, what else you want? You know what I'm saying? So, long story short, man, Deontay Wilder has nothing to be ashamed of, nothing to hold his head down about, man. This guy did amazing things in the sport of boxing, and I expect to see him, continue to fight, man, as long as he feel up to it. Go fight Joshua, maybe get a crack at an undisputed, because I think those belts are going to end up in one person's hands, sooner than later, man. Maybe Wilder, just off the strength of his name and his clout, he'll get an opportunity, man, after he go get a couple of other wins and, get his morale and confidence back up, man. But y'all let me know what y'all think down in the comments, man. How do y'all feel about Deontay Wilder's career, everything that he accomplished and what he did for boxing and the heavyweight division, man? How y'all feel about that, man? And how y'all feel about the contradiction about, they hate Wilder because he ain't got no skills, but then you hated Floyd because he got too much skills. Y'all let me know what y'all think, man. Contender regime, boxing, I'll holler at y'all boys, man.